Why would you want to be the same as everyone else?
First Sikh female UK boxer who's turned pro, and someone had to do it. Someone had to be the one to pave the way for the rest that are to come.
Me and my mum always go like do our das before 12.
Yeah. Like one thing is going pro, one thing is winning, the other thing is knocking out your opponent to the point that they just can't carry on.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It's like, but I don't have any sponsors. Like, and people get really shocked over that.
Well, if a Singh had done what you've done so far, like they would have got a lot more recognition.
100%.
How does Sikhi like play a part in your training? We talk about nerves and everything.
Going to school, I was scared of people. I was actually scared. I got bullied. I got bullied for having hair on my arms.
Really?
And I was scrolling through the comments one day and it was like, shouldn't she be in the kitchen? And I was just like, it's so hard to explain to him. I was once that little shy girl who would not talk.
The feeling of just hitting the bag, and how do you think that can help just a lot of girls?
I just got goosebumps when you said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, earn community, supporting each other. Sometimes there can be a lot of jealousy.
Thing as well. So how would you say the Sikh community have supported you?
There's no Sikh female
Yeah, that's true.
older than me, and I'm 21. Who's doing it?
So everything that's happened this past year, then all the cases we've heard, that must fuel you a lot
Yeah.
in what you're doing.
I actually can, like, I can be that person for these young people coming up, and that's what I'm doing, and like I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen to your face? Who's gonna marry you if you've
Yeah.
got black eyes all the time and all that? And it's just like, more like, how lucky are they to marry me because I'm a world champion? And if I did not have my faith, I won't go through it.
Okay, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki
Waheguru Ji Ki
Fateh.
Fateh.
So guys, welcome back to another Sikh Warrior Project podcast. Today is a little bit of a different podcast, you could say. We are now sort of diving in. As you can see, Sikh Warrior Project, we've been doing female classes, and it's a hot topic this year, especially like the importance of females taking on martial arts. So before we introduce our main guest, who we're very lucky to have today, I'm going to introduce our co-hosts. We've got Manrita. She's a Muay Thai champion for 12 years. No one ever took the belt off her.
I like that intro. Keep it coming.
But yeah, she's been doing Muay Thai for probably like before I became, before I was like, went to high school. She's been doing Muay Thai. So now she helps coach at the women's class as well. And then we have Charan, who actually is a coach and basically runs Ajita Khala.
Yeah, I do Seva. I teach the one.
Nice and humble, and she's also an experienced student at our class, our women's class that we do. So, so we thought it would be good to interview somebody who is literally representing us on the big stage, and I think the most active and most successful, you could say, professional Sikh female boxer in Europe, if not the world. We've got Charan Dhesi with us. So, thank you for coming, Charan. Please. Just to start off, let us know a bit about yourself, just outside of boxing. Who is Charan Dhesi, if people don't know?
Outside of boxing, how do I explain that one? Just a quiet girl, really, I'd say. Don't really get into much bother. All I really know is boxing. Used to come home from school straight to karate or boxing. But yeah, that's it really.
Nice. So when did this all start then? So what made you step into that boxing gym?
So I did karate for, I think it was 8 years. And then my little brother wanted to do boxing, and I was stood at the door, and I didn't want to do it at first. They kept telling me to come in, but I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I didn't really know what boxing was, to be honest. And then the second time I went to watch him, I thought, let's give it a go. I gave it a go, and they kept telling me to do like demonstrations on the pads, and they was making me out to be, good,
Okay,
innit?
fair enough.
I was just like,
This guy needs to carry on with
I was like, as a kid, you're like, oh yeah, like, all right then, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I kept going, and then I won my first national title in my 5th fight.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And then I think that's the stage when everyone was like, yeah, you're not stopping now. Like, you gotta keep going.
How old was you then when you won the first national title?
14.
40. Oh,
Yeah,
so the
so
same
it
day you
was-
started?
Yeah, so it was
Oh my God.
schools, yeah.
Wow.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Was there do you remember? Obviously, I know you were 14 at the time. Do you remember like how your life changed before just boxing in general? Before we go into the whole all your achievements, like boxing in general. Like, do you remember the difference before you did it, like with confidence, and as you started boxing? Like, how did that do for you?
Yeah, so before it was more like I was going, training, fighting. I wanted to win, of course. But it's when I got the titles, it was more pressure.
Yeah.
It was like retaining my titles, like I've got to keep them now. I've got to, for every year, I've got to win it again and again, and the next person can't beat me. So yeah.
So that's just your purpose, like locked in, like because you obviously did it from a young age as well. It's your purpose locked in. So like now, like every time you do, you might have like hard training sessions. Ever occur to your mind like, do I want to carry this on? Like, or is it just I'm in it for wherever I can get, basically?
Yeah, so it gets really hard because it's quite a lonely sport.
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, anyone can motivate me as much as they want, but it's me who has to go into the gym and do it.
Yeah.
I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
That's my first training session, and my last one's at like 6. So it's like all day, every day.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Just a quick one. When you started at 14, right, did you like train quite regularly, or was it like drop in once a week kind of thing? Like, how long did it take you? Because you said you got into the nationals quite quickly, right? What did that training look like at that time versus what how you train now?
So I didn't actually know boxing was a thing. I'll be honest with you. Like, I didn't see it on TV. I didn't hear of it. And then when I did it, I just knew that my club was on 3 times a week, and I was there 3 times a week. That's it. And to some people that's loads, but it's like now I'm 3-4 times a day. And it was like 3 times a week to this. It's a change.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd be really interesting to know, what was your family dynamic like? How did they support you through this? Were they very supportive? Because, you know, as a Sikh female going into boxing, where it's really unknown to have females in boxing, how was that like for your family and the support system that you had around you? Was there any? What was that all like?
So my family were really supportive, to be honest, especially my dad.
That's really nice.
My dad's the one who put me in it. It will put all 3 of us, I've got 2 brothers, put all 3 of us in sports. And then I was the one who did the best.
Of course.
But yeah, my dad's always like, they didn't push my education as much as they did sport because they seen how well I was doing in it. But yeah, like even my mum, she never really watched my amateurs. She was too scared.
Yeah.
But it's like when I turned pro, she started to see, like I guess my daughter wants to take it very serious now. So she started coming. Even if she sits at my pro fights with her eyes closed, at least she's there. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So like since 18, then have you just done this full time now?
Yeah.
Wow, sick. What was your amateur record like? So I know you had 26 fights. So tell us about your amateur career. I know you won 3 titles. Just tell us more about that. What's your highlight from your amateur career, would you say?
I'd say the best parts of it was going abroad. Like, I was abroad every 2 weeks because I was on the England team for about 5 or 6 years. So they was just flying me out, and I was just like, oh yeah, Romania, oh Bulgaria. It was like nice, but
That's brilliant.
obviously going to fight, you had to perform as well as like enjoy the environment.
Yeah, true.
So I had my 3 national titles was all before that, to be honest. And then I won 2 international titles. I got a European silver and a European gold. And then there was nothing really for me to do more in the amateurs.
How many knockouts do you have? I know you got a lot of knockouts.
In amateurs,
Yeah.
I stopped 11 of my fights.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there head guards in a lot?
Yeah, you had to. Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? With head guards knocking people out.
Absolutely crazy. That's insane. I think from coming from experience, obviously not like your experience, but stepping into that ring, I know how it feels to be so nervous and just have the blood drain from you, like my legs go shaky. And you've done this so many times. Does that still happen to you? How do you control your nerves if you've got any? That stress level, there's so many people watching you, you've got your family, everyone's target is on you. How do you motivate yourself? How do you overcome that? How do you deal with that?
So to be honest, every time you get in there, you're going to get nervous. Everyone gets nervous. Everyone who says there isn't, they're lying.
Yeah.
But I just say to myself, she's got 2 arms and she's got 2 legs. What is she going to do to me?
Yeah.
Like, what can she do to me that I can't do to her? And I just think of it as like throughout my training camp, like I've trained so hard, early mornings, late nights, dieting, the worst part. Literally, and then it's all for that one moment. I just get in there and do what I know. So yeah, when the bell goes, I just forget everything.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you like block out all the audience, or do you still hear all the screams? And can you hear your coach in the corner? How does that all feel?
So I hear it until so when they've said my name, but then do you know like when they like separate you and they're gonna say like go. I like block them out until that point, and that point I can't really hear them because like I just can't. You just focus, then you just know. I know it's go time.
Yeah, definitely.
How does Sikhi like play a part in your training? We're talking about nerves and everything, and just getting that focus. I know you got a conda tattoo.
Yeah.
So tell us about your Sikhi in alignment with boxing.
So obviously we've got a warrior bloodline, don't we? Like, I think it's important that more of us get involved in sports like this. Even if it's not competing, even like self-defense or for their own enjoyment, it's just important. But yeah.
Is it? Do you have any like pre-fight rituals, whether it's Sikhi or not?
Yeah, I'll always me and my mum. I don't know why I do it before 12. It's just something I say to myself. But I always me and my mum always go and like do our das before 12. I always say, Mum, I need to be there before 12. I don't know why. Just make sure we're there before 12.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Nice.
That's amazing.
So talk to us about how the Sikh community like have helped you. Would you say? Like I know, like you done some talks at GRA events. How do you think how have like these figures? Because obviously we're like truly inspired by what they're doing. We've been to a few of their events as well. Done a podcast with Hadi Singh as well. So how would you say the Sikh community have supported you?
So I'd say, yeah, a lot of them in the amateurs, nothing at all. No, I don't. I think, but I don't blame anyone for that. I just think the exposure wasn't there. There wasn't many people involved in it either. And then I'd say it was like when I had announced that I'm going pro, where everyone kind of took me serious. Whereas before, you seemed as quite young and you can win anything. Like in the amateurs, it's an achievement. I've achieved a lot. Don't get me wrong, but the pros is where it means the most.
Fair enough. But at the same time, I think like if there's a Sikh semi-pro footballer, something like that, everyone like jumps on them and things like that, you know.
Absolutely.
So I think it obviously does deserve recognition, considering the amount of hard work that goes into it. You know, not just from yourself, from your family, like pushing you towards it. And it's getting there. In recent years, you could say amateur boxers will probably start getting a bit more recognition now. And for what you're doing, like in all honesty, probably if a Singh had done what you've done so far, like they would have got a lot more recognition that you have. So it's tough. The fact that you're just focusing on the goal, and that's why you've come so far, I think, as well. You've always blocked out, like even at a young age, people telling you that, oh, like you're this, you're the next big thing. Like it's so easy to get your head going, sent to different countries, but you kept your head above water. So that's why, like, I truly believe you've got a bright future ahead of you. So
Yeah, just on what Manrita was asking, did you ever have anyone like doubting you in family or the circle of like a community and things like that? Because I know like with women, there's such a stereotypical like, yeah, they shouldn't get into that kind of sport or combat sport, and you know, is quite frowned upon still, even to this day. Like, you know, even our classes, I mean, we've got a good ladies like turnout and stuff, but I think, yeah, it's just I think a lot of women still are held back. But how did you experience
No,
that?
even from close family, there was like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Or like, they'd look at my fight and they'd be like, why do you want to hurt someone? And I was just like, I promise you that's not the person I am.
Yeah.
But I'm boxing, I'm making a name for myself. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to do. I want to help people as well. It's not but there was loads of comments like, there was a point where I was on BBC News at one point, and obviously they get views, and it was all over TikTok and everything. And I was scrolling through the comments one day, and it was like, shouldn't she be in the kitchen? And I was just like, right, okay then. You can't even reply to them all, can you?
Yeah.
No. And it's going back to the double standards that Harveer was saying about if it was a Sikh guy, he would have got so much more recognition by now than you did. So, and I think generally being a woman, we are faced with so many more double standards than men are. Unfortunately, it is just true. And we have to work so much harder to prove ourselves. So is that something that you feel like you've faced in your career, where you've had to really fight for the recognition and really fight to prove yourself and to prove your worth?
Yeah, but I still do now.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely still do now, because like, even like the pro guys that there is right now, boxers, they're all doing really good for themselves. But in the amateurs, they don't have what I have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if they did, it would have been known to everyone. But because it's me, I don't know. I just feel as though it's a bit different.
It is. But
It's a bit different.
But can I just say that, you know, you're really paving the way. You're the first Sikh female UK boxer who's turned pro. And someone had to do it. Someone had to be the one to set that stone and to pave the way for the rest that are to come. And you're such an inspiration, and especially for the young Sikh women out there. You've really unknowingly, you've inspired so many. We've had so much more interest in our classes as well after seeing your first pro fight back in May as well. And it was just so inspiring that you're doing that. And in this day and age, when there's so much going on, unfortunately, with women and not having that Sikh self-defense, and then for you to have had such an amazing title, like to go pro, is just such a big feat. So I just want to say that, you know, you're so inspiring, especially to the Sikh women out there. And I urge everyone to just take up some form of activity, some sort of self-defense. And after seeing you, I know that there has been so much more interest. So, you know, well done for doing that. And you still got a long road to go. You still got so many more fights to come. And we're so excited to see the rest of your career.
Yeah, that's generally why I do it though, to be honest. Like, when I go to like the GRA events as well, all the little girls will come to me and they'll be like, how do you feel before a fight? How do you calm your nerves? And I'm just like, stood there trying to talk to her, and I'm just like, oh, I was once that girl. Like, it's so hard to explain to them. I was once that little shy girl who would not talk and would look at the ring and be like, no. No. But yeah, it's so nice. Like, even like when they'll message me to come and train with them or lead a class, like I'll be there, I'll do it. Like, it's genuinely what I'm here for.
Yeah. We should probably set up a seminar as well, innit?
Yeah.
I think that'd be amazing. I think we could do with
so
one.
inspiring.
Come to West London.
Yeah, I actually will.
Yeah, honestly, we'll do one with that as well. Then even like we'll come up here, Birmingham, up north, and sort of sign out there. Is there many people up in like Huddersfield, like Sikhs training? We know there's obviously Kiripav and all that, but
Yeah, I think so. In Leeds as well, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Are you connected with them then? So like female boxers.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
What's that like? Sorry. What's that like with other boxers and other female? Like, do you like stay quite connected closely because you're all in a sort of similar, I guess, field, and you've got similar aspirations?
Yeah, so they'll always like we always like reach out to one another. Obviously things get busy, everyone gets busy, but when you know you're doing something right and it's for the right cause, you all do like.
See, I
kinda
like
stay
that unity. I think that is so nice. Even though,
Sisterhood.
like even though you're from different clubs and you know, you still have that same
together.
come together. I love that. Like you do sometimes hear like conflicts between clubs and stuff, and especially within our community, it can be a bit like, but they do it this way, but it's like, I think the sisterhood and the unity, like no matter what part of the country you're in, I think that's really key. And whatever journey you're on, essentially everyone wants to do and train and get somewhere, whether it's on a professional level, whether it's for your mental health or just fitness. I think it's really key to keep that momentum and that PR within our community. And I love that. I love hearing that, because I wasn't quite sure what your relationships are like with the others, but it's just nice to hear that. And it's quite inspiring actually.
Yeah. It's nice to see like with like Lavina as well, right?
Yeah.
Like she's a really good friend of yours. Tell us about that. Just talk to us about your friendship with Lavina. I know she had like a really good career in amateur as well, right? So
so I think me and Lavina met about 6 years ago now, and that was at a camp, and I remember, right, she's gonna laugh when she sees it. She walked past me, she just stared. And I was like, because we looked at each other and we thought, oh my God, it's a brown girl. Do you know what I mean? It was white. And she just looked at me and walked past, and I did the same, to be fair. But her mum was behind her, and her mum said hello, and I just thought, oh, that's nice. And I said hi back. And then I think it was for all the camp, like we went and got and like, I can't remember actually who it was. I think it was me who said hello first. And I was like, oh, hi, like, how are you? Like, oh, do you box? Like, of course she does. But then it was like, she had a nationals one time when I did. And then she became 2 times national champion. And I was 2 times at that point.
Luckily you guys put different weight classes, isn't it?
Yeah, we was. She was a lot lighter than I was.
Yeah.
But like even like we'd like do pad work with each other, help each other. But she lives all the way in London, I live all the way in Hull.
And you're still so close.
So it's like she's like a good 4 hours away from me, but like we'll always keep in contact. Going to see her next week actually. But yeah, she comes to all my fights now. She don't box anymore. So whenever I go in the ring, she's like, do it for the both of us. And it just means something more. Yeah. So she's got a coaching business now under her name, and so her initials are LLG, Lavina Lightning Guy, and mine are CKD, Charan Dhesi. So it's like we've put a times in between it and we've put them together, but we haven't like said it in public yet, but people will see that.
What? So you're gonna run the coaching thing?
Yeah, with her. So I'm gonna go down to her, and then we're gonna do it together, and like for all like the Sikh girls, it'll be good. I don't think many people do it, and there needs to be more like that.
Yeah, definitely. What age would you start the clubs for?
So we're gonna actually sit down on that competition next week, and that's where I'm going down, so we can proper plan it.
That's exciting. Any help you need, like just like getting that out there, and we're always there to push things out like that. But that's wicked. What about, so let's go into pro now. We spoke about so much, but one of the most important things now, your first fight when you went pro, you knocked out your opponent, and that's sick. Like one thing is going pro, one thing is winning, the other thing is knocking out your opponent to the point that they just can't carry on.
Yeah.
So how did that feel, that whole moment?
I just got goosebumps when you said it. You know what I mean? Like, and when I hear the song that I came out to as well all the time when I'm in the car, I'm like, oh bloody hell! Like, it's something that's you only have one debut, so you're gonna remember it forever. But I remember going in there. I was walking. I think the changing rooms are worst part. Anyone that fights will know that. And then. They are right there. And then when I was in there, I was like, right, it's go time now, isn't it? Yeah. And then
it's different as well compared to like probably amateur. Just it's something you think, okay, so I was amateur, now I'm pro. This is a lot different, maybe.
Yeah, because there was no head guards.
Oh wow.
And it's like, I feel as though when I was in amateurs, I was a kid, and like now there's a full-grown woman stood in front of me. She's got muscles like me. And I remember just in the first round, I just went straight. I went full in at her, and I was just like, when I watch it back now, I think, oh, what was I doing? Even though everyone was real impressed with it, but I was just like, in boxing, you've got to be smart with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think on the third round is when I settled down. And then I knocked her to the ground first. She stumbled, fell over to the ground, and then that's where I thought, yeah, that's it. I've got her now. Come on. And then someone in the crowd, Majesty Baji, he started a chant, my last name. Yeah. He started Dhesi, and they all started saying it, and then that's when the ref stopped it, and he was like, nah, she's taking too much now.
Yeah.
And then I just wrote, oh my God, I just remember looking at the crowd, and there was like, I think I sold 119 tickets. Yeah. So there was all in a row over there, and I was just,
the crowd.
I leant on the end of the ring like that, and I was just like, oh my God. That was worth it.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, it's like all that hard work paid off. You could just probably like, after that, just like retire happy after.
Yeah. Can I just ask about, what's your motivation? Because you definitely would have some setbacks. We all have setbacks in our lives. But you keep on going back into the ring. You keep on doing it. Is there any Sikh figure that you hold that gives you motivation, that keeps you coming back? Is there anything like that at all?
So, like I said, we have a warrior bloodline. Yeah. So every day when I wake up, I'll make sure, like, it's even when I'm saying it to other people, like, you can be of any religion, but God is there. There's one God, and I think to have a faith in your sport is so important, and not just your sport, in your lifestyle. And it's like morning, night, during the day, the thought's always there. And like, even when I'm in the, like, and I'm fighting, like, I can't lie. I've been hit before, and I've blacked out, and I've gone, oh, why could I? Keep your hands up, do you know what I mean? But yeah,
that's the thing. Like, that's why, like, like, we like walk around like on, just with our like chin up high, like thinking that we're doing things sometimes, but when you're in those situations when you've realized that you actually have no power of yourself, and it's just so much humbling experience, such a humbling experience fighting because of that reason. Like, you have to remember God, because I think God will keep you afloat in life, in situations like that. And
keeps you checked, keeps you coming back, doesn't it?
Yeah,
100%.
Oh, without God, we don't have anything, do we?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've got a question about your journey. Like, looking back now, is there anything that you would have done differently? Is there anything that you wish you would have had, like some more support, you wish you had more of like the community to lean on? Is there anything that you would have changed about your journey?
I wouldn't say change, but if I was to say there's something I'd like more of, is more of our own community supporting each other. Sometimes there can be a lot of jealousy, and it's just not nice, is it? It's just like, and I just think like even like if someone was having their like first fight and they asked me to come down, I'd be there, like 100%. And it's like if there was another girl next to me and she was exactly like me, and she told me she wanted to be world champion, I'd help her. I'd say, come on, let's do it then. Do you know what I mean? Let's do it. But yeah, just like more of the community to support each other, to be fair.
Has anyone ever like let you down where you've asked for help, and where you've just, even if it's like from a training aspect or whatever, has that ever happened to you where you've needed someone at a time?
I wouldn't say let me down, but it's like I've got all my achievement, I've come so far and everything, but many people will look at me and they'll think, yeah, she's like she's doing really good, like even like money wise as well. And it's like, but I don't have any sponsors, like, and people get really shocked over that.
Wow.
And And I don't know what to say to them when they say, "Oh, why don't you have any?" I'm not too sure. Not too sure.
There's no specific reason for that.
No, there isn't. No.
Okay.
That is a shock. That's a
That's
shock. It's going to
interesting.
change.
Yeah, like because obviously, if it were like we said, we spoke about if it was a man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally different.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
that's what I
like,
mean.
it's
Yeah.
totally
It is.
like
Yeah.
It
But
is.
slowly, like honestly, the more fights you have, it will change.
Yeah.
I think you're clearly good at being patient. So it's good. Like I said, the reason you got this far. How's your? I know you mentioned that your dad, got you into boxing, and how has he sort of helped your journey? And if we explain this, hopefully you can tell us the importance of a father figure putting their child into combat sports, and so why is that so important?
I think everyone should do it. Like genuinely, me and my brothers talk about it all the time. Like we're gonna put our kids through 100%, and whether they like it or not. They're coming back from school. I don't care if you're tired.
Yeah, definitely.
You're training. You're training at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It builds your character as well. Like even like as a child, you don't like you get a lot of like fights these days as well. And I feel as though like knowing I did a sport, I didn't look for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither did the boys, especially in the boys. It's more, isn't it? It's like the boys didn't get in fights. They didn't look for it. But yeah,
It's the inner confidence, and like you don't feel like you need to say anything to prove yourself to anyone. It saves a lot of your energy because you're letting out so much energy, hitting the bag and everything, and you've got no energy to left for like nonsense.
my dad used to take us up and down the country for karate. So we used to go everywhere. We did karate competitions every weekend. We'd have to stay over. And then we'd win loads and loads of medals and trophies and come home. And there was only this one competition, none of us got nothing. The silence in that car journey on the way back. Oh my days, because we still remember that right now. And it honestly, it was the best time ever. But
did you get in trouble then?
no, he just didn't speak. We got silent treatment. He just didn't.
Because maybe you did
The full way, all the way to Scotland it was. And I was just like, oh
yeah.
yeah.
But that's the thing. It's just like it's that accountability in it. Like there's one thing to taking your kids. I just be like, Jala, I need to. Apparently, it's good to take your kids' training, so let me just take my kids' training. There's another thing is being so passionate, so passionate about it that I know why this is good for my kids. I can now see, okay, my kid could be doing this better, that better. So that's my dad was similar. To be fair, like if I lost and stuff, like you could just see it in his energy, the things like that. The feeling of just hitting the bag, and how do you think that can help just a lot of girls?
Yeah, so I think even with it just being like a stress reliever, it's like if you've had a long day at school or work, or you've had a little bit of an argument and you punch in a bag, you're just like, let me get this anger out then. Do you know what I mean? But even like, it's like when you've got a coach and they're they're showing you like a new technique.
Yeah.
It makes you focused and you're like wanna like perfect it. So I just think it's good, yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Were there any like, I don't know, boxers or any professional fighters that you followed or you aspire to be? Because obviously you got into it by fluke, right? Like you just turned up into boxing because your brother was in there. But as you started training, were there things that you started following or started to look up to where you say, I want to be like that?
Famous people wise.
Yeah. It could be anyone. It doesn't have to be famous. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
But then that's what I mean. There's no Sikh female
Yeah, that's true.
older than me, and I'm 21 who's doing it. So when I was trying to find that, I couldn't. So and then I remember watching. Have any of you seen Mary Come?
Yeah, it's a wicked movie.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
good,
that, yeah.
I was watching that with my dad, and my dad was like, "You can do that," and I was just like, "I actually can. Like, I can be that person for these young people coming up, and that's what I'm doing, and like I want to do."
Yeah. So everything that's happened this past year, then all the like cases we've heard, that must fuel you a lot.
Yeah.
In what you're doing. You're hitting the bag and you're fighting, and yeah, it's a sensitive topic for me to talk about. But
Yeah, I mean, it is really difficult because of all the things that have been happening in our community recently. And I mean, a sense of inspiration for me all through my life growing up is I've always heard about our warrior bloodline, as you said. And also we have actually so many prominent females in our Sikh that are so strong, like my Bagul.
Yeah.
And she is my daily inspiration. Like I always think about the guns that she has at Hazur Sahib, and she lifted that single-handedly on her shoulder. And I was struggling to pick up like, you know, something heavy. And it just made me really question myself and say, you know, what am I doing? This is in my blood. And then that was actually when I started to get into boxing, and I realized that, you know, I can actually do something. I can inspire so many more younger women. And it gave me so much confidence. Like I wasn't scared anymore. I was a shell of a person compared to what I am today.
Yeah.
It made me hold my chin higher when I walk on the streets. And I know it's because I've got my Bagul within me. She is my bloodline.
Yeah.
And I'm there to make her proud. I'm there to make all of the Sikh women proud. So it does anger me a little bit as well when we've got so many opportunities now that you never had before, that a lot of the young children now have. So it kind of angers me when like the parents don't get their kids into it, and especially the girls. I mean, there's all these stereotypes that, oh, you know, we want her to, you know, look pretty, and what if she gets a black eye, and or marry her. Like I've had that said to me before.
Me too.
It's absolutely absurd and crazy. And when we look at our lineage, like how crazy is that? So yeah, tell us a bit more about that. What has been said to you? What kind of stereotypes are there?
Literally the same.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen to your face? Who's going to marry you if you've got black eyes all the time and all that? And it's just like, more like, how lucky are they to marry me because I'm a world champion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's reverse that. Do you know what I mean?
It's so interesting. We were talking on the car, right, about like just general chit chat about this there, right? And I know this goes off the topic, but like we live in a generation where it's a problem that women are more successful now than some of the men.
Is.
It's like, hold on, what's wrong with being a house husband? If your wife is a bit richer and a bit more successful, you know, chill, be a house husband. Like it's such a, it is threatening. No. It's all right to be that. At the end, ultimately, like, you know, you're setting a stone, you want to set up a family at one point, if that's what you want to do, right? And you got to think about like what kind of path are you laying for your children, you know? So whether you're more successful and your husband's not, I think, you know, I think it's being a team more than anything, which is really, really important.
It is. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's a weird one, isn't it? Like when they say them comments, I'm just like, yeah, but so what does your girl do then? Okay. All right. Yeah, well, man fights for a living, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah, good. I'm glad you give it back.
It's so interesting because like I've got a little one, right, and she's just started school, and one thing, because my husband teaches Gatka, he runs a club in West London, and one thing we always said, like before we have kids, is like we're going to definitely get our kid into some sort of martial arts. Definitely Gatka, she's got no choice. But whether it's boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because I've done kickboxing over years as well. I've done like training with these guys. And it's just part of us. That one thing we want our daughter to be is just someone strong, someone grounded, and someone that can like look after herself out there in the world as well. But it's not just about being able to look after. I think clubs generally help you like be a bit more humble, and also you're the last person to get into a fight when you're out there. Do you know what I mean? You'll know how to diffuse a situation, or you'll know how to like avoid getting into a fight, you know, and if you need it, you then need it, right? You're able to hold your ground. And like for my daughter, one thing I'm always constantly looking at, like Manvita, I say this to you, like I want my daughter to be surrounded by like good female figures and stuff, and there's not a lot of them, you know, especially like within your caliber. And it's going to be so nice to be like, look, this lady has got, you know, she's a professional, you're pro now.
We can now use you.
Yeah, you're setting that. You don't understand like what you're doing, you're like paving the way. And
it's crazy.
It's so difficult.
Like, literally, like the first one, and at a time that we need it the most as well. So
it's generally why I did it.
I think social media is really changing the landscape of what children have become, are now becoming at the moment. We're talking the car, like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur at the moment.
Yeah.
Everybody either wants to lead in fashion or makeup or it's that's it.
That's what she meant.
That's an influencer. Yeah, everybody wants to be an influencer in the wrong thing, and it's so difficult to get your kids away from that mental state, like to worry about what they look like. Bullying is already a big thing already on social media, but what would you say to young girls now, you know, to try and get on a path of training? Like,
It's good to be different. Like, being different. Why would you want to be the same as everyone else? Like, go out there and do something different, inspire people. When you do something different, that's when people look and they realize what you're doing. That's what gets your name out there. Do you know what I mean?
I love that you said that. That goes so well with our Sikh as well. We were born to be different.
Yeah,
We
it was
were
born to
look
stand out.
different.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Crazy.
Love that.
That's wicked. So how much, like, nobody sees all the background work, all the, like you said, the early mornings.
The grind.
So, and that's hard, 5 a.m. in the morning. Amritwala, like our guru tells us as well, which is brilliant. So tell us about a few sacrifices that you've made in this whole journey of yours.
So obviously there's waking up early and that, but it's dieting so hard.
Yeah.
When your brothers are sat there eating chips and I'm sat there with my vegetables, yeah, that's hard.
That's tough.
But it's even like social things like going out. By out, I don't even mean like I'm not a party type girl. I'm not. I just like to sit on my bed. But just like it's just like sometimes if it's like a really cold day, like rainy days, like because my camp's been in winter, I couldn't actually go out because I was scared I was gonna catch a cold. But yeah, so it's just like even social events, even like friends, like some of them won't stick around because you're too busy and you're actually focusing on putting your life together. But then I think that's when you realise, you know what, like clearly I'm doing something right and you can't see that. So
Yeah. Wow.
so you train what, 3-4 times a day?
yeah.
Wow. So what is it different? Is it all boxing? Was it a mix of gym? Like what's your full? I mean, you don't want to give too many secrets away. I get
Day
it,
in
but
the life.
yeah,
like,
what does
yeah.
it look like?
So I have 2 boxing sessions every day. Sunday's my rest day. Today.
Sorry, we dragged you here.
No, it's okay. So yeah, I have 2 boxing sessions within a day. That happens every day. And then a run will happen every day. And then it'll like alternate between like strength and conditioning, resistance training, just stuff like that.
Do you have stuff at home that you train with as well, or do you go out to the gym?
I go to the gym, so the gym's only like 10 minutes away from the house, so it's okay to be fair.
Yeah, that's good.
Sick. Wicked.
Do you have any other hobbies? Like, I guess boxing is your passion. Do you do anything else?
Like when I
outside
come
of-
home,
Yeah.
painting,
Oh,
drawing.
Wow.
Quite creative.
Yeah.
That's the calm side. Just nurturing that calm side, innit?
I like to DIY stuff, make stuff. I always do that type of stuff. I'm trying to learn crochet at the moment.
Oh,
I crochet.
amazing.
I like crochet.
My brothers are calling me a granny already.
I wanted to ask, even though you were really young when you started boxing, but do you remember the person that you were before you started boxing, and did it massively change after you started boxing? How was that like?
So I think I started boxing when I was in year 7. So that's when you're really growing up, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I just remember going to school. I was scared of people. I was actually scared. I got bullied. I got bullied for having hair on my arms.
Really?
And I got bullied for being the quiet girl. But then they'd also know she's quiet, but she can fight.
Yeah.
But if they was to get in a fight with me, I'd probably be so scared. I'd be like, no. But do you know what I mean? When I grew up, I was just like, do you know, there's nothing to be scared of anymore. And I see them on social media now. They're liking commenting on my things, and I'm thinking, you was once that person who'd put someone down.
Yeah.
You were that bully, and now look
Yeah,
at me.
yeah. Where are you now?
Yeah, I think that's such an incredible message that you're sending out to the young Sikh girls. You're honestly paving the way. I just feel so inspired. I've got goosebumps now with you saying that. Like, you were bullied, and now look at you. And all of this happened because you decided to do boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, you fell into it, definitely, but you know, you were the one that continued it. And it's such an amazing message that you're sending. Your confidence grew. You were bullied, but you didn't care.
No.
And that's the kind of message we want our young Sikh girls to have today, to really get into self-defense and get into boxing, so that they can have that confidence that you now stand today mirroring. And you're setting records today. First female Sikh UK boxer turned pro. It's a huge deal. It's really, really inspiring.
So boxing, it gives you a lot of discipline. Like, even for like parents that are listening, like, if you want your child to behave, send them to boxing, because they'll listen. They'll start to listen, because we did.
There's that stigma at the moment, like, oh, my son's gonna get good hoga, good kya hoga.
Or they're gonna go out and start fighting, and yeah, it's totally opposite. It is a complete opposite. I think I love like everything you do, and I guess like to be bullied from a young age, right? And to come out where you are, I think that's just amazing, because you can give, you can either give up. It's so easy to give up in this day and age, and just get depressed. Depression is massive now. Mental health is on the rise. The fact that you've done something about it is amazing. And ultimately, you obviously didn't go in for it to try and go back to school and beat the shit out of all the kids and stuff, right? But
So your second fight, you spoke about your first fight, but your second fight, which was literally a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So how's that? So you're saying that earlier when we were speaking, an opponent change. Tell us about that. And that's like the hardship that you go through in fighting. Like, look at all these people think, oh, it's glory. They just see the arm being raised.
They do.
They don't see everything else. So tell us about that.
Yeah, they do. Like, when I was, after the fight had ended, I was actually so disappointed in myself, because I thought it's just not how I wanted to box at all. But like, camp was as hard as it was. And I was meant to be fighting a southpaw, a tall one. I'd trained for her, everything. 2 days before, I got a phone call saying she's dropped out, she's pulled out.
She was shocked probably.
Now they're like, what do you want to do? What do I want to do? I need to fight. I've just trained all that time. And they had to fly someone over from Spain. And she was like a small little orthodox who was just running at me. So it was like the whole game plan was already out the window. So it was like I was going into the fight not knowing what to expect, really. Someone's just floating over from there. She weighed in 6-7 kilos heavier than me, which I don't even know how that was even
That's crazy.
got through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went out there and I just fought my heart out. I had to. There was times in that fight I could have just let it go to bits. Like, I really could have. But I remember during it, I was praying. Like, there was a point where you're meant to be so focused on the fight, but I was praying. I was like, right, Sharon, you need to keep your arms up, and you need to keep going. Do you know what I mean? And that's genuinely what got me through it. Like 100%. If I did not have my faith, I wouldn't have got through it. 100%.
There's only so far we can go when we're just doing things for our own pride.
Yeah.
So
it's hard. Like, I mean, we spar a few minutes, like, to keep going, because then it just, the fights
when
go
everyone's
on,
watching,
and everyone's watching. It is mad. Like, it is. But the fact that you got switched up last minute, like, they had a totally different person who trained. Like, was there any moment where you're like, nah, I'm not going to do this, or we just saying, nah, let's just do it?
It's not, nah, I'm not going to do this, because you want to fight. Like, I was praying they found someone for me to fight, but when I was in the ring and I was fighting and it was different, I was like, wow, this is actually hard, isn't it? But it's because it's like the full crowd is there for you. Obviously, like, begging, like, even my dad knows me. He knows how I fight. he knows that wasn't me. He knows that wasn't how I fight.
Yeah.
Even though other people were like, yeah, you smashed it.
Yeah.
Or you haven't seen me smashing it. Do you know what I mean? And because they only see the winning part. They don't see everything.
That's exciting for us as well. Like just as fans of yourself, like to know that even you went through all those circumstances in that fight, you would have knocked your opponent out if it was the one that you actually prepared for.
I said it to myself before I went in. I was like, I knew if I had that southpaw gear that I was meant to have before, I would have stopped her in the third round.
Yeah.
I said the third round. I said the third round, the full camp.
Yeah. It's manifesting it as well, mate. Just telling yourself.
You've got to believe in yourself.
You know, it's interesting you talk about the word manifest, right? I was thinking about this the other day. I was actually talking to my husband about it. There's so many books out there, that people, like they go to, and like The Secret, I've done it, read it, let's manifest this. There's all this stuff on Instagram. I'm not on social media, obviously, but there's all this stuff like, you can make it. What we don't realize, our manifestation is our das. Every day we have that. We set manifestation. When you think about it, you're going to read all of these books. You can read as many books, but our das does it. And you were saying like before 12 o'clock, you need to make sure it's your mum and dad have set you up to manifest stuff. And it's through the hukam of Guru, right? And we are so lucky that that's built in our lifestyle. And like you said, it's our bloodline. And like, it's just so powerful. And like, it's that Adas has done it for you.
Oh, 100%. I wouldn't have got through it without it. And I know it 100%. So when I was in that ring, I was like, I remember because obviously she weighed in heavier. So she hit me with this right, like a right hand, backhand. And I felt it and I thought, wow. Like, I'm stood up right now, but I know if that was someone else, they won't be. They won't be like it was hard.
It was the power of Das, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So what's planned for the next few months? Like, what's your next fight then?
So obviously, I've just been training, continuous training. I had a week off after my fight. Just training all the way till New Year, till I get a new date in.
Sick.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your post-victory meal?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
It was a downtime. Like now, everyone's gonna say this is boring, but it was margarita pizza.
No toppings, nothing.
No.
Roger's favourite.
So not aloo wali protein, none of that?
No, just margarita pizza.
That was bang.
No, I think it's just amazing what you're doing, What's your plans like for the next 5 years? Like, do you like plan ahead, or do you have a goal as to what you want to do? What's next?
Yeah, so there's well, for me, because I want to be world champion, that's my long-term goal. So getting through these fights quickly isn't really something that I'm like rushing to do, because obviously like journey women, so like the journey women, there's not like many of them, and then it's like even women in boxing in general, like it's getting out there, but there's still not as many as like we'd hope there is. So I'm taking it nice and steady, but I want a title fight, I reckon, end of 2026, 27.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many times are you gonna fight next year then? 3 times.
3-4 times. Yeah.
Sick.
That's amazing. Have you had any kind of injuries or setbacks that you've had to come back from, and what's been your motivation? Because I know it's, as you said before, it's a one woman sport. You have to motivate yourself and come back to it yourself. So were there any injuries, and how did you come back from that?
So I actually broke my wrist when I was in the amateurs. And this was when I was on the England team and we was about to fly out somewhere. And I broke my wrist, so I'd have to tell them, I can't fly, I can't go, my wrist is thingied. And I remember this was England boxing, by the way, they didn't even ask me if I was okay. They didn't ring me, message me, nothing. And I'd fought from that full time, won all the medals, everything, broke my wrist, and they didn't want nothing to do with me anymore.
Wow.
And that was another reason why I just thought I want to turn pro. And I remember sparring one time somewhere and they'd asked me to come down again for like another like assessment thing. I remember saying no. I remember saying like, no, I'm not trying to be walked over like again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the pro ranks and just show the world what I'm made of.
Yeah.
Really opens your eyes, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does, yeah.
You were useful until they deemed you useless, and then you always remember that and you hold on to that.
Yeah.
But how did you break your wrist? Was that during training?
It was sparring actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Injuries are the worst. Got one at the moment.
Oh dear.
Ankle, yeah. It's a shame. I don't get injured that much.
Yeah, well, as you get older,
Every week.
I know all about that.
Still got time. But Charan, honestly, it's been so insightful. It's been so insightful, and we're like so lucky to have you on here. And
So lucky.
And just
Yeah.
Thank you.
like
Thank you for making the time.
Yeah, and I
for
thank you.
having
I
me.
thank you girls as well.
Yeah, but is there anything that you want to say to the young Sikh girls that look to you for motivation and for inspiration? You know, as I said before as well, you really are paving the way. So is there anything that you'd want to say to them to hold them accountable?
My daughter's watching this, yeah?
No matter how shy you are, go to your local boxing club and try it out. Honestly, just try it. Like, even if you don't like it, you've tried it. You can try something else. It's not just boxing that you have to do. You can do something else. And honestly, if they needed any help, I'd come and help them.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's perfect, honestly. And then obviously you got your coaching thing starting soon as well, hopefully. But this will probably get released after you got all that up and running as well.
You are such a soft and like gentle energy about you. To even say like you're a pro boxer sitting next to me is just the two contrasts. It's
crazy,
like, you know.
Yeah, but this is an example of what you become when you put yourself through hardship, innit?
Yeah, because you're a lioness in the ring.
Yeah.
And look at you now.
Yeah, I have to be.
Yeah.
Just a girl.
Love that.
No one expects it. But yeah, thank you so much. This is amazing. Hopefully we do more with you as well as you keep progressing in your journey.
Yeah.
Good luck for your next fight.
Thank you.
And guys, please reach out to Charan, reach out to us as well if you want to get through to Charan and sponsor her. Help her on this journey. We should be sponsoring people like Charan that can help so many people in the future, inspire our bond, the sisters in our community who need it the most now as well. So let's support. Thank you so much.
Thank
Charan.
you.
And thank you girls as well, sharing your insights and experiences as well. And that's it, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, where we're literally just trying to put this more out there into our community. We do events as well, all sorts of things, and just trying to fill up people's feed with more of this stuff that's actually going to be good for you, rather than just making you doom scroll through stuff that is never going to help you in life. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
See you soon.
so much.
Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.